the basic steps that you need to do to basically start live streaming on Twitch and YouTube and many other streaming services that you can actually do. And we're going to get right into it here. Right off the beginning, you're going to need to open up your web browser, and if you're using a C920 like me, you're going to have to download this Logitech webcam software, and that will be the first step we'll cover is the webcam software. Because you're going to also need to restart your computer, so be sure to come back to this video once you restarted your computer to jot down what you need to do here, which will show you that in the first step. You're going to need your own Mumble server. You can also create your own Mumble server for free, and I will link that in the description of how to make that yourself. I will also make a video in the future of how to do it yourself. I made my own. It's actually pretty easy, and you can just follow the guide to make your own, and you can get it all set up really easy. So go ahead and download that. You also will need virtual audio cable, and this is not free, but you can find free versions out there. If you want to go do that, you go ahead and do that. You can also buy it, which you can also trial it first if you want to. You don't have to use this program. There's a way to do it without this program. You can do it without this program. If you don't have any background noise, you can do it without this program. You can also do this with a different program that is free, which I don't remember what it's called, but this one here is probably the best one to use. So go ahead and download this, try it out if you want to buy it. This program works fully 100%. And okay, then I think, yeah, that's pretty much all you need. Make sure you download those three things. They'll be in the description. All links for all these, and how to set up your mobile server will be also in the description. So now that that's done, we're going to go to the next step, which is the actual OBS settings. And no, not actually, the last step is going to be OBS settings. But okay, so we come to the webcam settings here, and you'll see it like this. Hit on preferences, and you'll see this pop open. You want to go to quick capture, and your microphone input, don't change that. You have to keep it right there. Do not change that. You know what your microphone level is and what it's good at, don't change it. Okay, so we go best DVD quality 48 hertz and lossless large file size. Now what this does is it stops your microphone. It makes it so that your microphone webcam are in sync. Now if you have it on, it's usually on standard or high quality, because you don't need it on that because it's delaying your webcam basically when it's on higher quality, and your mic's not going to be on sync with it. So make sure it's on lossless, because that's what you're going to have to change it to. Keep those checked. Turn LED control off. It should probably be on auto, but turn it off. Okay, and then that's it right there. And then just hit save. You're going to have to restart your computer to do this, so be sure to restart your computer. You got to go to quick capture. This window will pop open now. Make sure you slide this down to video. You just click and slide it to video. Make sure you're large 720p. Change it to 720p, otherwise your video will be laggy and blurry. There's no point in putting it on 1080p. And then we're gonna go to the options. Drop down that options. Disable right sound. Disable right left. And disable autofocus. In advanced settings, you'll get this window here. I just got right here. Make sure right light is also unchecked there. Make sure your gain is checked auto. You can jot down my settings if you want. These are what I use. And make sure PAL 50 hertz is selected, and you can just use my settings here if you want. And for some reason it's not showing my mouse on the screen. I have it checked to do that, but it's not doing it anyway. And then you can go webcam control, just make sure everything's unchecked here. And that's pretty much it for the webcam. And I'm not gonna save that. Hold on. Whoa, what just happened there? Why is it all blurry? Oh. Something just happened there. I don't know what just happened there. Did I change a setting in my camera? I didn't change nothing. Uh-oh. Something happened there. I didn't change anything and it just blurred everything out on me. Uh-oh. So having technical difficulties here. Just 1 second. I'm trying to fix something here. We'll get to the next part of this step once I fix this. I don't know why I did that. I totally like flopped my video. Why is it not giving me my video signal? Hold on, we gotta close that. Oh, what the frick happened? Why is it blurry? What? What the frick happened? What? For some reason it's blurry. What the frick? Well, that's weird. That's never happened before. Right sound disabled. There we go. Okay, I fixed it. So make sure your autofocus is all the way to the right, and also make sure white sound is disconnected. Otherwise, it screws it up. As you can see here on stream, I mean on video here, it's actually perfectly fine now. You want to make sure it looks like this. Otherwise, it doesn't look good. As you can see, look, it looks perfectly fine. Now I can put it back where it was. I don't know why that actually did it, but I'm glad that I fixed it, because now if you guys are experiencing that problem, you'll be able to fix it. So just make sure you jot down my settings here. Make sure your autofocus, look, it did it again. You see that? It did it again. So just make sure that's all the way to the left, otherwise it's going to be blurry. And it did it again. Like, just make sure you jot down these settings. Make sure everything's unchecked. That should be unchecked. Make sure this is all the way to the left. Actually, let me just quickly show you guys, because I didn't actually show you guys. Okay, so here's what's wrong with this. Every time you start this program up, this will slide to the right. You want to make sure this is all the way to the left when you save, and don't go back into the program, because it's going to do it again. So make sure follow my face is unchecked, right sound is unchecked, autofocus is unchecked, and make sure bam. And then also here, right sound, make sure that's unchecked, and then jot down these settings. Like, make sure these are your settings match these, because this is the best quality you're going to get out of it, depending what your lighting area is too. But these are the best settings that I use right now, and I don't even have lighting. So yeah, PAL 50 hertz, normal, and just make sure that that's all the way to the left. Hit save, and then just get out of there and never go back into that program again, because that kind of screwed up on me. And as you can see, it's perfectly fine, no blurriness, no nothing, and it matches the microphone. Okay, so the next thing we're going to get into is, if I can quickly get it up on screen here. Where is it? Actually, where is it? Oh, yeah. Okay, so the next thing we're going to get into is Mumble. So Mumble's right here. So once you've downloaded Mumble, you'll see it like this. Of course, I already have my server made. You want to make your own server first. And I don't want to go over that, how to set up your own server, because you can easily just read and do it yourself in 5 seconds. So I'm not going to show you how to set it up, but it's free to set up and you just do it yourself. But it's very easy. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to hit the configuration thing, and you're going to go into it. Now this is where the virtual audio cable comes into effect. But the first thing we're actually, you know what? The first thing I was going to show you guys is this. Where is it? No. I was going to show you guys a different setting first. Where's... damn it. Did I close it? Yeah, I'm sorry about this. Sorry about that. For some reason, it's not on screen. Where is it? What? Um, hmm. Apparently it's not on what I had it on before. Okay. Well, I'm gonna just quickly resize this guy so you guys can see it. I know this is so stupid. I had this already set up beforehand and it just disappeared on me. Anyway, so you're gonna go into your sound options. And the way to do that is to right click your sound speaker and go into open volume mixer. So we'll do that quickly again. I don't know why I didn't actually drop it. No, don't open volume mixer. I mean, you can do that later to monitor it. So it's underneath playback devices. And I get an option that says blah 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 blah, and I just hit no on it. But you probably won't get that option. So for some reason it's not. There we go. Okay. So the first thing we do is, as you see, virtual line 2 is actually getting audio into it. So we're gonna hit properties on that. We're gonna go advanced, and this is in the speaker section. So we're gonna go 2-channel, 16-bit, 41, 44, 100 hertz. Now, if your microphone is lower than this, I suggest picking a lower setting for everything. So if yours is like 3200, 32,000, pick that one. But right now mine's this one, so I'm picking this one. Make sure these two are checked. And then you don't have to do anything else there. Just make sure make sure your speakers are your default device. Do not make this a default device. Now we're gonna go to the recording session. Now here's my microphone. It's the AT2035 with the blue icicle, as you can see. So we're on general. There's nothing else you need to change really. Just go in here and make sure that is unchecked. Make sure you go all the way to the lowest setting you can, because we're going to be boosting it later through the other program. So make sure it's on 10 like I have it here. Make sure this matches whatever you changed it to. And then uncheck these two boxes because you don't need them. And then we'll go down. And then we'll right click line 2 again on recording this time. Properties. The listen button, make sure that's the same. And then 100, just make it 100, and make sure that's also changed to the same one as all of them, and then click those two buttons, because make sure these two are checked. Okay, and then we're done with that. And now on Mumble, we go settings, configure settings, and then this will pop up, and you'll see that I have microphone blue icicle. You'll see that I can noise barrier it. So as you can see, my noise is coming from like right about there. You can't see my mouse for some reason, but noise is coming from right about here. Oh, there's my mouse. Okay. So I put it ahead of it a bit. If you have no background noise, this will still work. Just this only works if you have virtual audio cable though. But if you have OBS, we can also cancel background noise there too. But this only works if you have virtual audio cable, so be sure to get virtual audio cable. Okay, so we voice activity, just make sure it's transmitting. I actually didn't go through the whole setup of setting this up. There's a different, when you download Mumble, you have to set it up a little bit different. Just go through that setup and then get to this page here, and you should be able to follow these settings to the correct thingamajigger. So make sure quality is maxed, make sure this is 10, make sure your noise suppression is, I put it on 15, but I don't really know where I'm supposed to put it. This is to amplify your voice. So if I'm talking here, it's amplifying it by 2. So go from 2 to 3. You can actually go up to 440.00. So just make sure it's on 2 or 1. That's fine. And then the next setting that we're going to do is we're going to go to audio output, which will give me the line. This is where it's going to go. It's going to go from my main mic through that noise suppression thing all the way to line 2. And then on OBS, we'll set up line 2 to receive the audio. So we're going to go 10 here. Make sure that's 100. Make sure output delay is 50 ms, because that's going to match your webcam and your microphone. 50%. And then while you talk. It doesn't really matter. just make sure all this is the same. And then every time you load up this program, if your computer crashes or anything like that, you have to load Mumble, and Mumble has to be up. And every time you load Mumble, you're gonna have to come back into audio output and put this on local because it's gonna be on none. You have to make sure it's on local setting, and then hit apply. You're gonna have to make sure like, every time you close it, you're gonna have to come back in and reset this setting to local. That's the only thing that does not save. So just make sure you go local and then apply and then okay, and do not close Mumble, because if you close Mumble, you're basically screwed because you got to keep, if you close Mumble all the way down, you're gonna have to reset it up again. So I just leave Mumble open now. So yeah, that's done. You're done with Mumble, and for some reason it's doing some weird things on my screen. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna come into we're gonna go into OBS. So see how mine's all set up now? I didn't do anything else different. All I did was put the new cam in. Wait, if you're using a C920, these are the settings you want to use for just your webcam. Let me just quickly show you up on screen here. Oh, I can show you guys on this one actually. So we're gonna go into, we're gonna right click to make a new source, and then we're going to click on which one are we, video capture device. And if I can quickly, oh shoot, I can't actually show you guys that. Hold on. I hate how OBS is because it won't let me select a window. I have to do it on that one. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna video capture device source. Let me just drag this on here so you guys can see it. You'll see up here Logitech HD Pro C920 or whatever webcam you're using. It should still work with yours. We'll click that button there. We'll make this 1080 by 720. 30 frames is fine. We'll click that one. Don't change that setting. Make sure you want to flip it so that it's mirroring. I don't know. You can mess around with that setting. And that's pretty much it. And then you just hit OK, and then you leave it like that, and then it should look like this. And yep, that's what it should look like. And you should be perfectly fine. It kind of does focus a bit when you move, so that like it does focus, like it does do it, but everything should be fine. Okay, so we're gonna quickly put that thing there. No. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Like this is kind of weird how it's not responding to. Okay, so now on OBS we're gonna get to the OBS settings now. This is probably what you've been waiting for this one, is the OBS settings. So we're gonna click on the settings. You get the page like this. You go to encoding. Now the settings that I use are this: 25,000 by, no, oops, sorry, yeah, 25,000 by 3,000. Make sure this is checked, this is checked, this is checked, blah blah blah. 128, 40k hertz, or you can go 41k hertz like but I keep it on 48. Doesn't really matter at this point. Stereo, ACC. Make sure that's ACC. I mean AAC. You can also go 35 by 3500, and that will probably make you a little bit more better quality for your video. Most people will do 2100 by 2400 or something like that, but I usually do this because Twitch only lets you do up to 23,000. So that's if you're not, if you're below 100 viewers. I think it's if you're below 100 viewers, you can only do 33,200. I have a 10 megabyte upload, so I can do up to six. I can do something like this, 4 and then 5, and then that will make my stream a lot better. People with lower internet connection will not be able to see your stream unless you have more than 100 viewers, because they give you a low, medium, and high setting. So those viewers can actually choose which setting they can view your stream at, the very high setting or the very low setting. But if you do not have that many viewers, you will not be able to do that. So the best thing to do is start off with a low internet connection so that people with lower internet will be able to view your stream. Otherwise, you're not going to get viewers. Like right off the start, like if someone that has low internet is going to try to view your stream, you're going to need to lower it because they won't be able to see it. They'll see like a blurry, choppy video because their internet can't run as high as your upload rate. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but once you have 100 viewers, you should be able to just go as high as you want. Because you'll get the settings. I've gotten the settings before and I've upped it, and people could see the stream that were running lower internet. It's very complicated, but off the beginning, just start off with like 2400 by something like 2100 to 2500, and that should be good. But right now I'm actually recording, so I do this. So when I record, I go 9000 by 9500 so that the video is not blurry and all choppy and stuff. Anyway, so this is where you set up your stream, live stream, Twitch. Make sure you pick a server that's near you. That's where you put your stream key. If you want to delay your video, it's already delayed by 30 seconds. So if you delay it by another 30 seconds, that's about a minute. If you delay it by 60 seconds, that's a minute and a half. If you delay it by 90, that's 2 minutes. If you delay it by 180, that's about 3 minutes. Roughly, it's about 3 minutes. So I usually go 180 for Counter-Strike, but if I'm not playing like a competitive game, or I'm playing a game that no one's going to screen peek me on, I usually just leave it on 0 because there's already a 30-second delay. Or you can just go 30 seconds or 60 or something like that, or just 80. 80 should be a good enough amount to delay it with. But that's pretty good. Now make sure you change this to .mp4 and .mp4 if you're going to be recording, because it saves it as Flash or FTL or something like that. So just go .mp4. We're going to go into the video settings. Here's where it comes into handy with your graphics card, because you can use your graphics card as the video adapter. And what we're going to do here is we're going to custom base 1920 1080. Whatever your monitor resolution is, you can go like that, like this. Just make sure you type that in or whatever. Just custom, bam, and then here you'll get this setting here, 1.50. We're gonna do 720 because there's no point in going higher than it. Doesn't matter. Building our fastest FPS 60. Disable the arrow, and then we're not gonna save that. It keeps popping up for me to save it, but I don't need to. Okay, so here's where it comes into handy with the microphone and the line and virtual audio cable. But if you don't have it, you can still do this step with your normal mic. You just gotta up your volume to a certain level, and then you can cancel noise out with the noise gate on OBS. But for right now, we got line 2. That's automatically already noise canceling. But if you don't, you can do it with your microphone. It's just harder to do with that one. If you have a really good setup and you don't have background noise, this will work perfectly for you, even though you're not using virtual audio cable. Or, I have to use virtual audio cable because I don't have a good setup. Actually, I do have a good setup, just not for the noise stuff. And all this is just the same. 200 seconds, 110. Even though I don't use push to talk, do not use push to talk. Just make it openly talk and then make a key to mute your mic. That's all you need to do. So here's where I mute my mic with my mouse button, and I mute the desktop mic when people are talking very retardedly in CSGO. I mute them. I mute the whole thing. I mute the whole audio because they're being retarded. I basically mute the audio, then mute them, and then turn the audio back on so people don't have to listen to it. But here's where you come into the actual settings of the advanced settings here. If you have more than 4 to 6 cores, use the multi-threaded options. Make sure this is on normal. Scene buffering 700. Make sure that's checkmarked. Very fast main 2. Use CFR. Make sure these are unchecked. make sure that's on 20, and make sure this is on 0. Now, if you're using like a HD PVR or something like that, your delay will probably be 1450 for the audio, but this will also delay your mic and possibly delay your webcam. So I suggest just leaving it at 0 anyway, but you can mess around with that setting. I usually don't. I just leave it on 0. I don't even care if it's 5-second delay. It doesn't matter. Just leave it on 0. So now we're coming to the part where the noise suppression is. Now, once you're on this screen, you're going to see the noise inside your OBS no matter what. So even if you see it, just make sure that you click out of it, because then it's going to go back to showing no noise. So once you're on this screen, as you can see where the noise is, it's about here. So I put it a little bit higher than it. I also do some mouse clicks, so that like wherever the mouse clicks peak, that's where I put it. And then I put this about 5 inches higher than it, and then I just hit apply, and then I go off the screen, and then my OBS will show that I'm talking and there's no background noise whatsoever. So, and this is with the I don't even know. Where's the settings? And this is with the virtual audio cable. Now, if you're using your microphone, I'll show you how to do this, even with your microphone. We'll just quickly go into the microphone settings. You're going to want to turn this up, but not too much. So I would say 50 is good, not 100. If you're loading Counter-Strike in some games like that, sometimes it will spike your mic up no matter what. So you're going to have to go back in and set it to 50. So basically, make sure you mute your mics. Also, if you're using a Blue Yeti, and a blue, not a Blue Yeti, but like a Blue Yeti or Blue Icicle or whatever, you can turn down the gain setting just enough. So if you had a low gain setting, you can turn your mic to max if you wanted to. Right now, I could probably do this. As you see, I'm turning my gain, and the noise is getting louder. So I could go. So I can go about there with it. So I could put my gain about there, and it'd probably still sound as good. Let me just see. I'll probably still sound as good as the other thing, but it's not really cutting out all the background noise. Like if I go here, it's probably picking it up still. Like right here, it's picking it up. If I turn down the gain, it's probably not picking it up, but I don't like this. I don't like the way it is, because if I mouse click, it usually picks it up. If I do the keyboard, it usually picks it up. And on the other setting, it does not pick it up, because it's actually blocking it. So that's usually why I like doing it the other way and not this way. But basically, leave a comment, subscribe, like the video. Be sure to follow my Twitch channel, because I will be doing an Xbox One giveaway and a PS4 giveaway at 10,000 followers on Twitch. Be sure to follow my Twitter. All links will be in the description for this whole video. Hope you enjoyed this guide on how to set up your stream. Basically, if you're a new person to streaming, this will be how you set it up. As long as you have a gain setting on your mic, you should be fine to do this. Mess around with it. Do your blocking thing. Like right now, I could probably lower the blocking. Basically, just mouse click. Wherever the mouse click peaks, that's where you put your blocker. And then you go a bit higher, because then your audio is coming through. And of course, I forgot to click off the noise gate, so you're going to hear the background noise no matter what. So once you click off the noise gate, watch your screen, do a few mouse clicks, see if it mouse clicks. If it doesn't mouse click, you should be good. If there's any other background noise like outside and stuff like that, it's probably still going to come through to your mic. That's why you use the virtual audio cable setting, because then it blocks it. But yep, all feedback is welcomed. Be sure to drop by my stream. I stream CSGO every day. I'm doing a 1-year live stream challenge. I'm on day 75 now, or 74. I keep forgetting what day I'm on. I usually have to wait until it actually shows me what day that I've pre-recorded because I keep forgetting. Uh, and I usually live stream 4 to 8 hours every day, so that's pretty much why I record 4 hours and then I record another 4 hours. I play random games and stuff like that. I usually play games with viewers, so if you're on, I'll play a game with you. I play Xbox One, PC games, Xbox 360, uh, lots of games. World of Tanks, League of Legends. So, and yep. And I will be back in another video very soon.